Illinois for 5
Thank you,
minutes.
Mr. Chairman, and thank you for holding such an important hearing. Like the ranking member, I'm from Illinois as well. Illinois is a mess. We all know that. No way is the Federal Government going to bail out my state. My voters, just our constituents, won't allow it. I feel like I left the movie right before the good part, and I'm sure the case was being made that bankruptcy isn't feasible. So no bailout, bankruptcy isn't feasible. Let me just start out with a real quick round-robin question. Give me your 20-second solution then, just so I can walk out of here with that takeaway. We're not going to bail you out. Bankruptcy is probably not feasible. So what are the states going to do? Let's just hop and give a quick one to that. Go ahead, Ms. Gillies.
Well, I think voters in many states are already doing the right thing. We've got new governors from both parties that are starting to address what do we do about pensions for future employees, what do we do about Medicaid costs, something Congress can certainly help with. These are questions for voters in the individual states pressuring their own lawmakers to change state laws and in some cases state constitutions,
Yes.
Not something the Federal Government can or should do for them. So in some ways the system is working, if imperfectly.
I guess my question is, if there's going to be no bailout from us and bankruptcies aren't feasible, a state is falling off the cliff. Let's imagine that one in the next 3 or 4 months literally is going to fall off the cliff. We can change laws that will impact things in the future, but what do you do for that state that's just fallen off the cliff? Mr. Steele.
Well, my answer is going to be I really think we need to put a bankruptcy regime in place to deal with precisely that problem. That's the only problem we absolutely need bankruptcy for. And I'll add one thing to that, which is I agree that states are doing the right thing, and I hope the optimism we've heard today is correct, that most of them can muddle their way through. But some measures are a lot tougher than others. For instance, pension reform in a state, well, there's a lot of debate in Illinois about what can and can't be done right now, but in many states does require a constitutional change, and I think that's pretty unrealistic. So, so some of the options are more feasible than others.
Ms. Norcross, your state's fallen off a cliff. What are you going to do?
I'd say close the defined benefit plan and figure out how you're going to pay out what's been accumulated.
Slab.
I think states can use their normal processes of dealing with their taxes and their expenditures to set themselves on a right path. Illinois has a particularly deep hole. I've been writing and talking about Illinois' problems for the last 25 years of its fiscal mismanagement. I'm a native Chicagoan. But but it can, you know, it just needs to do those things it needs to do to get out of it and to bring itself in balance. And it has the tools. It just needs to use them.
Thank you. Let me in my remaining time, let me quickly just ask one quick question about market risk. Bill Gross, who manages PIMCO, one of the largest mutual funds in the country, he stated that a low or negative real interest rate for an extended period of time is the most devilish of all policy tools. It's interpreted to mean what he's saying is that the Fed's action to lower interest rates helps our debtors, such as states and municipalities, while harming all those who worked hard and saved money. Ms. Norcross, Ms. Gelinas, quickly, in effect, the Fed is enabling debtors to reduce their debt on the backs of those that saved money. Is that right?
I would hesitate to say that right now, but.
Ms. Gelinas?
There's complacency. States and cities have borrowed at very low rates, not just the past couple of years in extreme conditions, but really for 2 decades now. If rates go up, including possibly way up, they'll have to get used to a very different environment very quickly.
Could you argue that the Fed's quantitative easing program has in effect been a bailout for states and municipalities?
Sure, this is a bailout for anyone who owes money. In states and municipalities may not be the biggest proportionate benefit of this, but it certainly helps them.
Ms. Norcross, you'd concur?
I concur.
Okay. Thank you. And Mr. Chairman, I yield back. Thank you.